Hello everyone, this video will show you how to operate SUNCOMMS PTX platform. It contains three parts. The first one is for Manage Console, second one is for Dispatch Console, and the third one is for App of Android. Let's start with the first, Manage Console. Here you can see that it's the login interface. Type your name and password and then login. Today I'm showing you is for company levels account. And for distributor levels account, you can call sales team to get the support from us. This is the full features. First, we can see on the top right, you can choose the languages you want. And here we can operate for logout. On the left bar, it shows organization management, dispatcher list, group list, and user management and petrol management. I will introduce this function one by one. The first is organization management. Here we can see at the company levels account, we can add new organizations. For example, if we choose the company name here, we can create the organization under the company. If we choose sales, we can create the organization under sales. So first, I'm gonna create a new security group under the company level. Administrator account, you can assign someone's name. For example, Jack. Password. Now a new organization was created under the company levels. The same if you want to create a new organization under the security, the same steps. Okay, now after recreating a new one, we need to add members. For example, 5, 6, and dispatcher 2. By the way, for the default dispatcher, that dispatcher can control the whole groups of this company and all the users. But if we assign this dispatcher into this organization, this dispatcher can only take control for this organization, not for the whole company. And then we can edit the information, the name of this organization, or remove member. By the way, if you want to delete this organization, you need to remove all the members first. The second function is for dispatcher. Here shows all the dispatcher account. If we want to add new dispatcher account, click the button and then number of opening accounts. For example, 2 means you want to add 2 more. The password like a A126 the default, and then save. So now 4 and 5 are generated. For the recharge, if you want to recharge a dispatcher account, click here, annual card, and then choose the full feature and then add 1. That means 1 more year. By the way, if you want to disable this account, for example, DP3, just click the disable, and now this account is disabled. Then let's move to group list management. Here you can see that there are 3 groups. You can add a group administrator, set someone's name, account, and password, and edit this group for basic information, and also assign for group users to delete or add related users. And the last one is delete this group. Now I will show you how to add a new group. Here, type the name and which organization it belongs to. For example, security, group name S1, and then save. After saving this, we need to add group user into this. Related users, you can check, click, and then add the users. The next function is for the user management. The company level's account can only add app account. And if you have IMEI serial numbers, you need to contact to the sales or to the distributors that they can add the terminals for you. Here we can check for available and expired accounts. This place is also for recharge, for monthly card and annual card and petrol card. So if you want to use petrol function, you need to buy petrol card and then recharge to the users. For example, PTT3, it has a function for petrol. And then for this user's APP account, we can set default group. which means when this login to the app, it will automatically into the default group. And then join more groups. For example, join security 1, join. Okay. Edit. So this is like account name is PTT3, but here device name, you can check to someone's real name. For example, Michael. And also add a contact number. And then change the password or delete these users. By the way, here, that is for location settings. If an account is unactivated after you recharge this account, the location function is disabled. You need to click this and then get the location enabled after activate this. Okay, now let's move to the petrol management. For petrol management, just as I mentioned, it need a petrol card for recharge and assign to users. The first one is for petrol point. Now we can add petrol point with NFC codes. For example, we can get a petrol point for P4. Types of NFC. The code can be numbers or with text. And then this point is created. And for routine, we can set as, for example, that is R3. So we can change from P3, P4, P1, P2. That is a routine. 3, 4, 1, 2. And then save this. The routine was successfully created. And then we can create petrol plan. For example, add a plan. Here's a tips. If you want to petrol routine more than one time a day, for example, 9 to 10 a.m. and then 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. for 2 times a day, you need to create this for twice. For example, demo 2. You can choose the content, whether single point or petrol route. For example, this one, I will enable the status. Currently, only PTT3 is recharged with petrol card, so we can choose the personaries. And then choose your time zone. Next is task generation time. This is the default, so leave it. It's okay. If you want to change, you can change. Activation date is from today. Expiry date, you can choose the expiry date. The default is always valid. For the week, that means, for example, Sunday and Saturday, that if there's no duty, you can click to cancel this. For petrol time, just as mentioned, if you want to make this plan twice a day, you need to generate this for twice, 9 to 10. That is the first one. And then save. Okay, now the demo tool is activated. Now we're gonna create another one for 3 to 4 p.m. The only thing we need to change is for petrol time. So now this petrol routine will be published every day for twice. One more thing I need to introduce, that is for reminder time. 30 means 30 minutes before the petrol time. For example, 9 a.m., this will remind you on 8:30. Reminder frequency, you can set as 2. Okay. And then execute plan. This shows all the execute plan that you already created. Some one is completed and this one is missed. You can check for the details. And last one is for petrol report. You can choose by users and then search. Select a time. 5 to 6. Okay. To check the status for the petrol. Okay, that is the function for petrol management. The last one is the basic settings for this account. To edit the contact number or the contacts, and then change password. So that is the function for Manage Console.